João Pedro's superb second-half brace fired Chelsea into the Champions League round of 16, all while condemning Napoli to elimination. Antonio Conte had called for more respect after Juventus manager Luciano Spalletti labeled his side as former Italian champions in the wake of Napoli's 3-0 defeat in Turin at the weekend. Facing up against his ex-employers, Conte, despite the depleted squad at his disposal, was out to prove a point. And while he was initially helped by Liam Rosenor believing he could match Conte's 3-4-2-1, Chelsea's quality eventually told as the spirited hosts faded after taking a 2-1 lead. João Pedro's brace proved the difference, but Rosenor's switch to a back four was also key. The Blues, for much of Wednesday night, looked set for 2 extra games in the playoffs, but their second-half turnaround means they finished the league phase in 6th. These were João Pedro's 3rd and 4th goals in 4 starts under Rosenor, with the ruthlessness of his strikes taking Chelsea supporters back to the Club World Cup. While his recent left-footed strike in the 2-0 win over Brentford could have veered into the realm of swinger, the Brazilian's first goal on Wednesday night was nothing of the sort. Pedro fired a weak-footed shot beyond Alex Merritt between the Napoli posts and into the top corner to restore parity, and the match-winning moment was a pinpoint effort across the Italian goalkeeper from inside the box. The speed at which he got his shots off after working the opening were key, as was the introduction of Cole Palmer at halftime and Enzo Fernández's alternate role after Rosenor wisely switched to a back four on the hour mark. Villain. While Rosenor's initial setup didn't exactly pay dividends, with the wingbacks struggling, Wesley Fofana could have done better in trying to prevent both Napoli goals in the first half. The Frenchman, typically so snappy in the tackle, was rolled brilliantly by Antonio Vergara, who scored his first Napoli goal. Rasmus Højlund then got across Fofana to convert Matias Oliveira's cross at the near post. GK. Robert Sánchez, 6.9. There wasn't all that much for Sánchez to do until he denied Romelu Lukaku in stoppage time. Not much he could have done with the goals, and his distribution over longer distances was often pinpoint. CB. Reece James, C. 7.0. Reece has previously produced a performance of a lifetime at center back for Thomas Tuchel at the Bernabeu. This wasn't quite as impressive, but Chelsea's captain is proving himself to be a masterful jack of all trades. CB. Wesley Fofana, 8.2. Arguably at fault for both of Napoli's goals, but rebounded well in the second half. CB. Marc Cucurella, 6.9. Suffered in Rosenor's back three, primarily because of the space his wingback surrendered. The Spaniard was much more comfortable in a 4, especially when his side had possession. RWB. Malo Gusto, 6.4. Always seemed a yard off the pace when he tried to press high, with Napoli often successfully combining around him. No surprise he was taken off before the hour mark. DM. Andrey Santos, 6.3. Dropped into Chelsea's backline at times, similar to how he did at Crystal Palace on Sunday. Santos is a snappy dueler who's likely to create plenty of turnovers, but his passing was imprecise when he sought to move the ball forward. DM. Moisés Caicedo, 6.4. Did well to escape a booking in the opening period, but crucially steadied himself after the restart, late tracking Napoli's runs into the half spaces at times. LWB. Pedro Neto, 6.9. Neto absolutely would have thrived as a Conte wingback, but his role for Rosenor offered Cucurella little defensive cover. Napoli had plenty of joy exploiting the space behind him, who was hauled off at the break after creating a decent chance for João Pedro.